Many people have played games once in their life. It could be playing board games, video games, and so on. During these times, I know that it's quite difficult to reach one another how we used to. A lot of these games allow people to still be able to connect virtually, which is a good thing. My main point I'm trying to stress here is that many games are played by people and are associated with others working in a team. These games require a group effort either to win the game, finish tasks, or simply have fun. The point of this project for me and my group members was to demonstrate a different way to approach working in a small group. I can tell you it wasn't an easy process, but I'm here to tell you the steps along the way. By this image, you could see about 52% of people who play games are college students. Many popular games are casual, action, and shooter. Many of these games require a group effort to achieve some sort of reward in the end based on my own experiences with games. About 79% of people say games have a positive impact on their lives, and 78% believe games provide relaxation and stress relief. Hello, my name is Isabella, and this is my small groups communication project. My group consisted of Nicole and Ryan, who are also in this class. In this project, we decided to play Minecraft. It was a less intense game for me and Nicole, since given that we haven't played this game before, but it still gave us tasks to do in order to achieve our end result. Nicole and I weren't as experienced as Ryan because he has had experience playing this game. So by this, we were able to assign roles to each other to tackle the different situations we had set up for ourselves. The first step was having Ryan explain to us how to play the game. We had to gather materials such as supplies to build weapons and food in order to survive. Our second step was to build armor and tools, which was quite difficult because you needed certain materials to build them, and you also needed a crafting table, which, what's a crafting table? Anyways, once that was completed, we entered the caves, which was a different environment, which we were able to face different creatures, and in order to, I guess, face those creatures, you had to kill them because they weren't very nice. They were out to kill you. So practically, you had to kill them first before they did to you. Our next step was to enter the nether world, which was a different environment than the one you start in. We traveled to the end in order to defeat the Ender Dragon, which was what we wanted to accomplish by this game. Along the way, we came across some obstacles because, with Nicole and I being unexperienced players with Minecraft, we had to come together to find ways not to die. Ryan was there for support and he helped guide us and not necessarily do the job for us. He allowed us to take our own initiative and kind of work together and complete this project. He was a great leader because even though he knew how to play, he didn't just demand everything that we needed to do. He was able to show us with an example with his own character, and then hopefully by then we were able to do it ourselves. By the end, we were able to reach a goal that we wanted, which was defeat the dragon. And in this video, I plan to split up and explain my team's vision, problem solving and adaptation, leadership, and small group communication. I feel that by this way, I can go into detail about how our project went and why it was so beneficial for this class. Number one was vision. Our vision was to show others how effective games can be when it comes to working in small groups. We were able to demonstrate this by assigning what we wanted our end goal to be and how each one of us would be helping the group get to that point. We all had different tasks that helped us be successful in the end. On page 143, Northouse stated that a vision creates a picture of a future that is better than the status quo. When creating our vision, we wanted something that we were going to benefit from and how it was going to impact others. By seeing games can be a great example of working in small groups. We demonstrated this by teamwork and the end result of defeating the dragon with the help of our team leader, Nicole, and I. Number two is problem solving and adaptation. In some circumstances, we begin moving into much harder stuff, such as mining, which is going through caves, and facing new creatures. It was quite difficult for me and Nicole because that was a new experience for us. We had to use our resources such as tools and fighting techniques in order not to die and lose everything. Ryan had to tell us what was more effective in killing these creatures and what to do if we couldn't handle one. He showed us by an example of killing our first encounter. By the next one, it was up to us. We needed to make use of our materials we gathered and in hopes that would protect us, which it did. It definitely took some time to get used to, but we ended up helping each other look out for creatures in all directions and kill them in order to keep the group safe. And that way we could continue on our journey. One quote that related to this situation was, "When working out a problem, relationship-oriented people like to talk and be associated with others in addressing the problem. They receive satisfaction from being connected to other people." And that was on page 102. In this case, we were able to cheer each other on when one of us got the hang of it and would be able to help others when they were in danger. It gave each one of my group members a sense of security that they weren't alone in this process. As you can see by this video of us walking through the cave, you can see that they're quite dark and small, compacted in some spaces, and at any moment a creature can pop out in the dark. So the key is to put one of those lights up and you'll be safe. But there's a lot of dark spots in the cave, so you just have to be careful and be prepared. This is number 3, leadership. Although Nicole and I weren't in the leadership position, we definitely developed some leadership skills and abilities throughout this process. We started out being unexperienced and turned out to be good at conquering what we had set up for us. Our main leader was Ryan, and with his help, we were able to learn how to play the game and reach our end goal. We all had different roles, which gave us our own little role of being a leader, which was a great learning experience in my point of view. A quote that stated by Northouse was, "Describing leadership as a skill makes leadership available to everyone because skills are competencies that people can learn or develop." By this experience, we were able to pick up some leadership skills and be able to help each other get an understanding of the game and teach others if they quite didn't understand. Number 4 is small group communication. The most interesting way my group communicated was each one of us gave ideas on how to tackle situations when one came up. Once we came close to the end and we needed to defeat the dragon, we needed to all strategize and help one another on how we could do it. Ryan in this part stepped in because this was one of the hardest tasks throughout the game, and we had planned to come together as one to reach our goal. In the end, we ended up defeating the dragon, and it was quite fun that we were able to come together and share this experience with each other. One quote I really liked from an outside source about communication was, "If you communicate, you can get by. But if you communicate skillfully, you can work miracles." As you can see in this video, you can see that you're in a different environment than just your typical grass, blue skies, or night sky. As you can see, you're in the end world. There's the dragon, and it's quite dangerous to be here because you could see little stick people that actually look bigger when you're playing the game, but they could also attack you as well while you're trying to defeat the dragon. It's quite difficult, but as a team we managed to defeat it, and I decided to show you guys a little visual of what the dragon looked like or just what the environment looked like for us. To conclude, my overall thought about this presentation or project was quite fun. I learned some new things, and even though I'm not going to play this game for future references, it was definitely a learning experience on how me and my group tackled the situation. I definitely liked this kind of group presentation because we had the flexibility to choose what we wanted to do rather than it being to work on an assignment or talk about a certain subject. It was quite fun to come up with our own ideas and be creative. I think if I relate this back to the interview question of how you overcame a challenge, I think by this experience I'm able to use this as an example and hopefully get a good response. Thank you guys for watching.